we all want to be saved, but maybe that same place that you want saving from is the very place that the universe is trying to make you into who you are meant to be.
The reason why we like this jury and this diamonds and stuff, they don't understand, is because we really from Africa, and that's where all this stuff come from.
Even just reading my notes, I'm just like, oh yeah girl, it has been a red hot minute since I have filmed. Guys, what the fuck was the last 2 weeks? That is all I have to say. Like, I initially had another video planned for today, but this video that I'm now going to do I think is a bit more relevant. I mean, basically, if I'm being honest, I've not been having the best time lately, and I think even though I want to make videos on self-help, I think no one is happy all of the time and no one is amazing all of the time. So I guess that's kind of what today's video is about. I'm so thankful to my friend Kiara for showing me this. The concept is called planted not buried. It's actually like the original idea came from this church. I mean, I'll link the actual video down below. I mean, I'm not religious, but I enjoy watching it still, and I just, my friend was like, just place God with the universe. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it works. Like, I get it now. I'm like, yes, this makes so much sense. Like, I'm just kind of recapping the main points from that video, but if you want a bit more, go check it out. There's a whole series. It's phenomenal. It is so good. The idea of planted not buried obviously refers to like a plant or a seed, and you know, sometimes you go through life and you're in a season and you don't know which you are, you know, like everything just seems to be going wrong. Like for me, for example, I have been trying so hard to move out for a long while now, but I've just got these health problems and all of my money is going on that. And like, it doesn't matter how much I work, more than half of my paycheck last week went to like trying to heal my body. And that's money that I would so much rather be putting into moving out, but I fucking can't right now. And it's frustrating. And I guess that's the whole idea of this concept. You know, you're put into a situation where it is kind of out of your control to an extent. You know, you might be under stress from uni, from your finances, from your family, from your work, like, oh, you might be depressed, you might be anxious, you know, your family might be going through a divorce, you might have just lost a loved one, like your boyfriend might have just broken up with you, like whatever you're going through right now, this video is for you, honey. So essentially, growth and comfort do not go together. I think we're all coming to learn this now, but the funny thing is that we all want to be saved, but, and this is a point I'm going to keep making in this video, you know, we all want to be saved, but maybe that same place that you want saving from is the very place that the universe is trying to make you into who you are meant to be. And the pastor keeps saying this, I really like it, it's under does not mean over. And this basically means if you are in a season right now in your life in which you feel like you are under, and he just kind of reiterates that, you know, just because you're under right now, just because you are in this sticky situation, that doesn't mean it's over. That doesn't mean your dreams are over. That doesn't mean you can't achieve that thing. That doesn't mean you can't build up your bank account. That doesn't mean that, you know, you can't find another job or that you'll never find love again. It doesn't mean any of that. Guys, unless you haven't noticed by now, I love a good quote. So I'm gonna bust out another one. Now, every time I witness a strong person, I want to know, what darkness did you conquer in your story? What did you go through? Like, what happened to you to make you into this amazing person? Because, like, I think people forget, you know, mountains cannot rise without earthquakes. It sounds so corny, but it's true, you know. I think some of the strongest people I know, and some of the most successful and extraordinary people I know, you know, they didn't have an easy life. And I think in a way, you know, nobody really has an easy life. So whatever you're going through right now, you can let this experience be the end of you. You can let this be your moment where you're like, that's it. I give up, I'm done. Why did I even try in the first place? Or you can let this experience be you being planted. I can't stop laughing because it sounds funny. It might not look like anything significant right now. You know, your life might still look like a shit show, to be quite frank. It might still look like a chaotic mess. But if you choose to think to yourself, you know, despite all of this absolute chaos going on around me, you know, I'm planted. This experience could break me, or this experience could make me. And I get to choose which one I want it to be. Trees are not planted, seeds are. Every successful person that ever was not born into this world just like boom. You know, they never struggled, they never got told no, they never felt not good enough, you know, just boom, there you go, the whole package, have fun with that. No one was planted as a tree, honey. Everyone gets planted as a tiny little insignificant seed. And you're looking at yourself, you're like, man, this is shit, like look at me. You need to stay planted long enough to grow roots before you can bear fruit. And I think this kind of comes back to before when I was like, you know, when you're going through a situation that's hard and you're just like, I'm tapping out, save me. You need to stay planted long enough to grow roots because maybe you were put in that situation on purpose. Maybe this very situation was not the mistake, it was not the accident, it was not the, you know, the bump in the road. Maybe it was there on purpose to make you into who you were meant to be. In this whole analogy, you've got essentially three aspects. You've got the seed, time, and then harvest. So if we're talking about like a tree that bears fruit, for example, like let's say an apple tree, and let's apply this to your life. Let's say the seed is where you are right now. Let's just say that this is, you know, your life that you're going through and it's just like not fun at the moment. You're just like, nah, I would rather not be here. Like I would rather be over here already. But you gotta be here for now. Like you don't have a choice, unfortunately. Like you've just gotta stick it out. And then you've got time. You know, you've just gotta wait it out, which is like not the fun part at all. And then you've got the harvest, and let's say the harvest is the success on the other side. You know, you got the grades, you know, you got the job, you're finally able to let go of the past. You know, you're finally able to build up some savings. You know, this is the other side, and there is three elements to it. And just because you're here at the moment, just because you're in the seed phase, just because you're here, you know, I don't overlook the fact that, you know, this is a natural progression. You will get here. Just because you're here right now, you feel like you're under, you feel like it's all too much, you know, it doesn't mean that you're never gonna get here, because you got this big fat chunk of time in the middle, and you've just got to ride it out, honey. Grow some roots and enable yourself to grow, because you have been planted, not buried. Before you can go up out of the ground from your little seed, you first need to go under to grow roots. Let's say that growing above the ground is the bit where you can kind of brag about it. People can see it on Instagram, like, oh, you're doing so good. But before you can get to that point, before you can get to the point of being successful to the point that other people can see it, or, you know, just so that it's noticeable to you, first you need to grow underground. This is a phase that no one else can see. No one else really knows just how much of a journey this is for you and how hard it is for you. I've been applying this own analogy to my life and just thinking, okay, yeah, I'm planted, not buried. I've been put underground for a long time now. And I guess what's really helped me through it is telling myself every day, like, the place that it looks like you've been sent to die and curl up and forgotten about and just give up on your dreams now, because you've tried for so long and look at you, like, you're going nowhere. Like that very same place is the same place that maybe they're trying to make you, maybe they're trying to see what you are made of and how bad you want it and what changes you are willing to make to get yourself, fucking hell, I talk so loud I got a bubble. Maybe they're trying to see what changes you are committed to make to get yourself out of there, or to change up your life, or whether you can just stick out, you know, the bad situation. I guess what I just want to say is maybe the universe hasn't put you in this situation to take you out. Maybe they've put you there to make you. see it as a challenge and rise to it. If you're starting a small business and it's been failing for like 2 or 3 years, try again. Don't give up yet. You know, it might look bad right now, but maybe the lesson you were meant to learn is how to endure it when it is bad. Maybe your lesson is to learn how to love yourself even on the bad days. Maybe your lesson is to learn to access more of your humanness. You know, sometimes I think, and this is just my personal opinion, but I think that pain is not necessary, but I think it's really helpful. It's not helpful, but how to explain it properly? It's like, I think when you go through pain, it humbles you and it brings you back down to the ground, and I think it enables you to connect with others in a different way. Almost like you can understand their suffering and you can connect to them on that raw level. I don't know how to put it into words, but I think like now that I look back on it, even though the last 1.5 years has been probably one of the worst seasons of my life, I mean, it's up there. You know, I wouldn't change anything about it because I genuinely think that by taking away aspects of my identity, it forced me to grow in other areas, and those areas I would not have grown in otherwise, and I wouldn't be here right now filming this otherwise. So I guess in a way I am grateful for the pain. The place of death and the place of destiny look the same for a season. Planting a seed and burying a body has the same process, you know? You've got to dig up the dirt, you put it in, you cover it up. It's exactly the same process, but one is death and the other is about to grow into something amazing. I really agree with the pastor, and it is all about your perspective. It is completely about your mindset. And you can let this experience or this person or whatever you're going through, you can let this take you out. You can let this be the end. You can let this be that point where you're just like, nope, that's it, I'm done, I'm retiring. Or you can let this be a part of your destiny. You can let this be a significant moment in your life where you're like, that right there is the point where I wanted to give up, but I didn't. I pushed through the fucking shit that I was going through, and it was not fun. It was actually a horrible time, and no one will ever know how much you struggled or how much you hurt, but you made it through, and you've come out the other side, and you know, you will feel so amazing that you didn't give up. You'll feel just happiness, pure happiness with yourself for having the strength to endure that hard time. You feel so grateful. Like, thank you past me for not throwing in the towel early, for sticking it out, for continuing to study for those exams, even though I was on the edge of a breakdown every single day. Like, thank you me for still going to work, even though every time I got there, I wanted to quit straight up. The enemy will convince you that the place you're supposed to be made is the place that you've been sent to die. And I think this is true, but you know, some people will have that perspective. They won't have the same positive perspective on your life as you, because only you know the emotional growth that's going on underground. They can't see your roots growing down. They can't see all of the magic that's happening underneath the surface. You know, you are growing so much, like so much, because you're getting ready for what's coming next. You're getting ready for the big ass tree that's gonna come. And then one day you're gonna prosper. And maybe back when you was a little seed planted, no one else believed in you, and everyone else thought that you'd been sent to your grave. You know, they're out the game, they're done, they just righted you off, and no one else believed in you but you. You know, sometimes that is all it takes, just one person, and that one person can be yourself. Just know in your heart that you're gonna get through this and that you are gonna prosper, and on the other side of this, you're gonna flourish. And I guess this is the lesson that I've been continuously learning over the past year and a half is to have faith even when it looks dark. The pastor keeps saying over and over throughout the video, it's not over, I'm just under. And that just means like I'm in a bad season right now. I'm not going great, but I'm not giving up. Not at all. Oh, no. And I'll just finish with this final bit. The thing that you thought was sent to take you out was actually meant to be the fertilizer to accelerate you into who you're meant to be. This video got deep. We got deep, guys. You know, that is Fat Chats with Paige. I am a deep human. I guess I really appreciate it when other YouTubers are vulnerable and they allow their viewers to see that, you know, their life isn't all rosy all of the time, and no one's life is. And I guess I always want to be raw and real with you guys. I'm a very emotional person. I can't hide that side of myself, unfortunately. I hope that you guys are able to get something useful out of this video as I was able to get out of the other video. But I will link it down below. I encourage you, please have a look at it. That guy, he is so inspirational. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll hopefully have videos a bit more regularly. I know, like, the background, like, let's not talk about it. Don't mention it. I'm getting there. It's been a hard couple weeks, man. But we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get it through all together. I just know so many people have been going through a bad season lately, and I guess I wonder if everyone knows that there's so many people going through it. We're all going through the same thing together and we all feel so alone. And I guess I just want everyone to know that there is a lot more people in a bad season right now. There's a lot of seeds that have been planted. Stick it out. I'm here with you guys on the journey. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And just stick it in there, honey. Just stick it in there. We got this. Alright, until I see you next time. Bye-bye.